All right. A very good morning to every one of us. Good morning once again, and welcome to this morning's morning market review. I'm going to be our pilot for this morning. My name still remains Akondiola Komi Joshua, aka Josh FX. Yes. All right. So good morning to Mr. Adewumi Mabewodun. Then sorry, please, if I don't mention your name correctly, I'm sorry. But just like my normal tradition, I would love to acknowledge everybody I see online. So yes, I'm going to acknowledge us just like that. But please and please, if I call your name the wrong way, please just bear with me. All right. All right. So Rotimi Abejoye, Anthony Kayode. I can see, okay, Bala Orume. I can see Elizabeth Ekolanos Odije. I can see Gaia Matthew. I can see Hadizat. I'm seeing a particular name here. It's a phone name, Y9A. I can see Godswill Obuwoma. Okay, so for you that you're using your phone name, please kindly change the name to your own real name so we'll be able to acknowledge you. Benga Abel, I can see Ekenedo Nzube, I can see Doni, I can see Chinedu, I can also see Idris Badamasi, Ikechukwu John, Olu Sheyi Olumu, Jonathan, Madu Abuchi Joshua, I can see Sylvanus Douglas. I can see Sojifaro Timi. Yes. I can see Ayola Bolaji. I can see Oko Agnes. All right, Temitope Akindele. I can see every one of you, and I'm saying good morning to this morning market review. I acknowledge you all. Now, for those that are just joining and I didn't call their name. Okay, still the same thing. I'm saying good morning to you too. I'm acknowledging you. All right. Okay, Mr. Jonathan, you're saying good morning, so I'm saying good morning to you. I hope the week has been a lovely one. All right. And it's been also interesting, yes, because the market has been moving, and yes, a lot of people have been making it well. And there's not going to be any exception today. We expect to see some certain moves in the market, and we should also take it. Even though we know today is a Friday and the market normally closes on Friday by 8 p.m. the market should be done. Sometimes even before then, for some of these stocks or indices instruments, you see that they will have gone off. But yes, before such time, we should make our own little proceeds from the market, and we leave expecting another better and greater move next week. You understand? So okay. All right, please from your own end, you can kindly mute yourself. Right? Thank you. All right. Okay, so let's move on. So just like the normal do, you know what we do. We look at what has happened fundamentally yesterday. Did it move the market? Was there any effect on the market? Then we look at what is going to happen today in the market fundamentally. After which we look at the technical aspect of the market, how it's going to run, if it's going to push up or push down, or we begin to emphasize how the market is going to move. You understand? So first thing first, I'm going to be looking at, I'll share my screen with us now. So we'll be able to see what the news that came out yesterday and look at the chart and see, was there any positive movement or negative movement report and how the market reacted to it. You understand? So yes, I believe you all can see my screen now from your end. And if you're able to see my screen, if you're unable to see my screen from your end, please kindly check your side because it could be due to network. I believe everybody can hear me loud and clear where they are, and they are able to see my screen. So if that is possible, and if you're seeing it clearly, then please, maybe you should change your location if you're able to hear or see me clearly. Okay, or see my screen clearly. All right. So yeah, let's look at what happened yesterday. Because yeah, today happens to be the last day of the month of January. So let's see what happened yesterday. Let's look at what the market did yesterday. All right. So As of yesterday, we had some important news coming out. Yes, we had some important news coming out. Like, okay, first thing first, yesterday we had the CNY All Bank holiday. We also have the Spanish flash CPI year to year, which came out positive, 3.0. And by 2:15 p.m., we had the main refinancing rate and the monetary policy statement that was released. You understand? Previously, if you look at it previously, it was around 3.15%. You understand? But there was a drop on that price. It was forecasted that the price was going to be dropping to 2.90%, and it actually did. It dropped to 2.90%, you understand? And that, again, also battered its own move. Then by 2:30, we had news coming up on advanced GDP quarter to quarter and the unemployment claims. Now, for the unemployment claims, it was positive, showing that the number of those that are unemployed has actually reduced, and for the advanced GDP quarter to quarter came out negative. You understand? Then we have the advanced GDP price index quarter to quarter also came out negative. And based on what we know, whenever the price is coming out green and red, you understand, there's a statement. It means we should buy and sell at the same time, which is not possible. Then by 2:45 p.m., we also had the ECB press conference, and that's a statement. And you know, whenever there's a statement being given, most especially when it's coming from a stronger body in an economy, you surely have a reaction. But in such news, what is there is you can't measure the strength. You only see reactions in the market. Either it's going up or it's coming down. So you follow the direction you see the market tilting towards. Then by 4 p.m., we had the pending home sales month to month. So let's look at what happened on the chart when these news were released, mainly for euros. Let's look at Euro USD. Let's look at what happened as at 2:15. Let's see what happened. 2:15. Okay, so I'll be sharing my screen with us now. So we'll see what exactly happened as at 2:15 yesterday. Let's see. Okay, I'm with us. I'm on Euro USD now. So this is on my 1 hour time frame. Yes, so let's see. As at yesterday was 30th. So this is one. So by 2, you see, the news came out by 2:15. So by 2:15, because the interest rate reduced and everything was reduced, main refinancing and monetary policy rates was reduced to 2.90. It pushed up. On Euro USD, it pushed up. Then after that, there was a drop in that same move again, up to 50%. Then it went back a full 100%, got to this particular zone here. Now it's reversing back as of this morning. You see? So it means when this news came out yesterday, excuse me, it came out and it was positive for euros. You understand? So it pushed the price up on euros USD. Yes, it pushed the price up. And by 2:15, yes, the price moved up. You understand? Depending on what happened, but there was a positive reaction to it. Then by 2:30, the news that came out did not favor. Now, this is it. Actually, what actually gave euros more strength to push up to that high was because the news that came out for USD was even more of sell here, except for the unemployment claims that came out positive. But the other one, it was bad for USD on two sides, the advanced GDP price index and the advanced GDP quarter to quarter. You understand? It was bad for them. So, and the news came out for euros was strong enough to push euros up. So euros USD pushed up. It was good for a buy for that. But let's look at what is going to be happening today on in the market based on the news. Yes, we have the Tokyo Core CPI year to year. That's for Japan, and it still came out neutral, just as it was forecasted 2.5%. Then the CNY, all bank holiday today. You understand? That's for the Chinese yuan. In China, their banks are on holiday for today. Then we now have the all-day use. That's German prelim CPI month to month. Now, because it's all day, nobody knows exactly when this news is going to be released today. You understand? But yes, it's going to be released, but nobody knows the exact time it's going to be released. Then by 2:30, we'll be having news on Canadian dollar. That's the GDP month to month, and the USD core PCE price index month to month, and the employment cost index quarterly to quarter. You understand? Then by 3:45, we'll be having the USD Chicago PMI. All right. So these are the news we have for today. The only high impact news we have is that of euros for all day and the ones coming out by 2:30. And hopefully that could also move the market on its own. But nobody knows the exact direction it's going to be pushing the market. You understand? Because you can't emphasize what the news is until it is released. So once the news is released, then we follow the direction based on what we see on the actual. You understand? All right. So let's go and check the market technically now. So first thing first, like we all know the drill, whenever I'm taking it, we start with currencies first, then we move down to commodities, and from commodities we move to indices, then opportunities to drop our own instrument that you want us to look at and check, do our own analysis and see which direction do we think the market is going to tilt towards. You understand? Then if there's any question, we can also ask. Just drop it on the chat, and once we see it or once I see it, I'll try my best to respond to it. Okay? So first thing first, let's go to the chart and see what the market is going to be doing technically today. All right? Okay, so first thing first, I'll be looking at Euro USD. Euro USD. We all know the drill. Now, Euro USD, we discovered that price actually got to a demand zone, that is a support zone. Yes, price got to a support zone. Let me zoom out so we can see. Now, look at it. For a while now, price has actually been at that particular spot. Came there, tested this spot, went back, came back to that same zone. Now, coming back there again, and price got rejected. So it's showing that, yes, this particular zone is strong. In fact, to show us something, look at it. Let me first start by doing this around this point. So I'll be drawing my trend. So we'll see a particular move here. See? Actually, the market expected this trend until it got broken at this point. You see, remember around this point, the market ranged a little, then it broke this point down. Now, it's been having issues around this point. Now, look at what is happening here. Look at this. Can you see? The market has also respected this point for a while now. It's been respecting this zone even before it broke the trend. Now it has gotten to this point and price is having issues around this point. So it is, from what we're seeing here, I'm expecting price to push up. Yes, I'm expecting price to push up to this point where this trend is. But let me come in, okay. Price could push up to around this particular zone here, or it gets to where this trend is. And with us, please. It gets to where this trend is and respects that zone. You understand? Then reverses back. But if that is not the case, if price should go back and is able to break below this particular zone, I'm expecting price to drop. But unless that happens, if as far as it does not break below this particular zone where it is now, I'm expecting price to push up. But if it breaks below this particular zone, this particular section here, if price is able to break below it successfully and close below this section, then I'm expecting a sell. If price is able to break below it, I'm expecting price to push down. But if that is not the case, I'm expecting price to push up to this point. And if it's able to break above this point, I'm expecting price to get to the trend. Yes, that's my take on Euro USD. Based on what I'm seeing here, I, for one, we expect price to go up. I, for one, I'm expecting price to what? To push up. That's my take. That's my own bias. But yes, it might not move that way. Price might decide to stop here, reverse back, test this particular position, break it down. And if it breaks this point below and does a retest and is unable to break back into this zone, there will be a continuation on what? On the sell movement. So let's wait and see what is going to happen. Just remember, waiting is a strategy when it comes to technicals. Waiting is a skill. And just like I always say, if you know, I said, the patient dogs, when it comes to technicals, eats the fattest bone. You need to be patient and let the market fulfill what you're anticipating. Once it meets your requirement of your trade, then you move. But if it doesn't, you wait until it meets your requirement. So based on my take on Euro USD, let's hold on. But the points that we marked out for us, let's look at it critically. You understand? Based on what we're saying now, if this particular candle that is forming that candle zero is able to push up above a little and breaks above that particular section where it is, yes, I will expect price to go up. I'll expect that price to go up to this point. You understand? So let's wait and see what is going to happen. If it's able to break above this little zone where it is here and it closes above it, I'm expecting price to push up. Let's wait and see what the market is going to do. So that's my take on Euro USD. All right. So let's move to USD CAD and see what price is going to be doing on USD CAD. All right. So this is my USD CAD chart. Let's go to the daily time frame. I will see first. Now, based on what we're seeing on daily time frame, remember, price has been between these 2 points. This I did since on Monday. And yes, price a little broke above this point a little bit. And I believe this was as a result of news yesterday. It broke above it a little bit. But after that, price has returned back into this zone. Now, this is on the daily time frame. This candle is yet to close. So it might still go back up. It might still go back up. But you will discover something based on the trend that has been drawn. We discover that price has been respecting that trend. So yes, even if this price is going down, I don't expect it to break below this point easily. There should be a pushback at this point. But if it's able to break below this trend, I expect it to come back to this particular zone. This is on daily time frame. So let's look at it on 1 hour and see what price is actually doing on 1 hour. Can you see? Price has broken this zone. It has closed below it. This is based on 1 hour. The next candle is now bearish. From what I'm seeing, I'm expecting a push down on USD CAD. I'm expecting price to drop on USD CAD. And it can drop as far as getting down to this particular zone here. There's a zone here, or even the trend. And once it gets to this trend, I expect price to respect it. But if there's any strong push, you understand, if there's a strong push, it could break it down and get back to this point to retest this particular zone. But my take on USD CAD is what? Is a sell. I'm expecting price to push down on USD CAD. In fact, let me zoom out so we'll see some certain things based on what we're seeing. Okay, zooming out so we see. Can you see? For a while now, price has actually pushed up. Then when it got to this particular point, it ranged between these two zones. And it respected the two zones purely until this particular point where it broke it up. And I believe that was due to news. Then back again. As you can see, broke it up, did a little, came back into this zone. You understand? Now it has come, now it's going back down. I expect price to push down on USD. I'm expecting price to push down on USD CAD. That's that. So that's my take on USD CAD. I'm expecting a bearish movement. So for those that want to move, you know what to do. You can decide to be aggressive with it and go for an instant sell. But for those that want to be reserved, they should wait. Hold on. You could hold on for the candle to close. But no one knows when exactly it's going to get there. But my take on USD CAD is what? Is bearish, a sell. You understand? Okay? All right, so let's move to another currency pair. Let's move to another currency pair, which is ding, 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 USD JPY. Going for USD JPY, yes. USD JPY, okay? With us. All right, on USD JPY now, let's look at what we are seeing. If anybody can look at this chart very well, you discover that the chart has actually been okay, so price has actually been dropping for a while. Looking at the trend, looking at what price is actually doing. Look at it for a while now. It's been pushing down from, imagine from this point, it's been, okay, let me draw it so we can see from our own end. From this point now, you discover that price has been dropping for a while now. Now look at it. And price has actually respected these zones. Can you see? Got there, respected it. Now, even at this point, got close to it, it respected it. So I'm expecting if price should get to this point, there should be a drop. And if it is dropping, yes, look at this particular position again. Can you see? This is our demand zone. So I'm expecting price to drop back to this zone. Hello.
4,000.
Please and please,
3,000.
just only listen for all those that they are. All right. Okay, I'm back. Let's kindly move on, please. So please and please, everybody mute it from your own end. I've also done my own due, please. Let's mute it from our own end. Thank you. All right. So from the way it looks, this price at USDJPY, I'm expecting it could push up to this particular point. And once it gets to this trend, it is expected to respect it. Then there should be a reversal back. But if that is not the case, if it's able to break above this point and it closes above it successfully, because even around this point, there's a zone where price is now. Let's see. Can you see? There's a zone around that point. Now, if it's able to break above this point and it goes above this particular zone, and it decides to close above, then there could be what? Price could reverse back to the upside. You understand? So around this point is sensitive. Price is going to get into this point. It could get into this point, but might find it or will find it hard to break. And if you're unable to break it, then there should be a reversal back to the downside. But where price is now is a little bit sensitive. So I'll advise you what? You wait. Based on what price is showing there, we wait. Let's hold on and see. If price is able to break above this zone successfully, and it does a retest and it still stays above, then there will be a continuation on the push of the bulls. There will be a continuation on that move to the upside. But if it's unable to do that, price will reverse back down. You understand? Price could reverse back down based on what price is showing. Yeah, we could see it that way. That's that on USD JPY. Okay, so let's move to another currency pair. Let's move to another currency pair. Okay, and with us, we're going to be looking at USD CHF. All right, USD CHF. We're on USD CHF now. Okay. If you look at USD CHF, USD CHF has actually gotten to a high. This is based on my 1 hour time frame. Let's look at what we're seeing here for me. Discover that USD CHF has gotten to a high. And because it has gotten to this new high, it's very sensitive. Nobody will advise you to go for an instant buy there. You'll be advised to wait and see what is happening. And you discover that price is actually respecting that zone. That is why it is dropping. That's why price is what? Is dropping. Now, if this price should drop, this now, for me, it's a pullback. It's a pullback on USD CHF. Now, if this price gets to a particular zone below, you understand, it could respect that point, let's say around this point, based on what I'm seeing, it could be around this point. There's a zone around this point here now. You understand? If price should get to this point here and it's able to hold it here, then there could be a reversal back to the upside. And at that point, it could break above. You understand? But first thing first, price is respecting that zone. Wait, his price has respected it and is respecting, because the last time it got there, there was a pushback down, got to this particular low, pushed it back up to that same point, and price is what is respecting that same point. Can you see? Price is expecting that same point. So let's wait and see. It's either price reverses back down or it gains a little momentum around this point and does what? And reverses back to the upside. And price reverses back to the upside. If it's able to gain any momentum around that point, price will reverse back to the upside. Even around where my crosshairs is, there's a zone there. Okay, let me zoom in so we'll see some things here. Now look at this. around this point. There's a zone around this point here. Can you see? There's a zone around that point here. That's around this side. So if this price should get to this particular zone here, this particular section here, there could be a reversal back to the upside if it's unable to break below that point. If it's unable to break below this point, yes, price could reverse back to the upside. But if that is not the case and it breaks below that section, then we should expect price to keep on dropping on USD CHF. That's my take on USD CHF. That's my own opinion on that. Okay, so let's look at another currency pair. Let's look at GBP USD. Let's go to GBP USD. GBP USD. Okay, let me just on that. GBP USD. Okay, GBP USD. All right, let's see. Based on what we're seeing here now, this is it. Yes. So here, coming still with us. This is one. So when we look at it at this point, let's see. Let's see if this is going to be. All right, so on GBP USD, based on what we're seeing on this trend now, you discover that yes, this market has actually is showing more of it's going to go down and another push on the upside. So, and we're seeing that there's a cross section around this point. So based on what we're seeing now, if this price should get to this particular trend, I'm expecting it to respect this zone. Yes. After that, push back down. But around this point is a strong zone. Around this point is a strong zone coming. This particular section that we're seeing from this point here is a strong zone. This cross section here. So depending on where price crosses to, if it crosses above and closes above, there's going to be a strong push to the upside. If it's below, then price is going to go down. It's going to go down with a massive movement, a massive push, you understand? But based on what we're seeing currently where we are now, price is a little bit choppy, steepy around this point. Yes, I'm expecting price to break above this point, then get to this particular trend. But you can see that price is actually having issues here. So let's wait and see what price is going to do. It's going to push above this particular section. If you're able to break above this zone around here, then I expect it to get up. And once it gets to this particular section, if it's able to break above it, then there'll be a push to the upside. But if that is not the case, a reversal back to this particular trend is what we're expecting. Yes, so that's that on GBP USD. All right, so let's look at GBP JPY. GBP JPY. Let's look at GBP JPY. GBP JPY. And after this, we'll take one more currency pair, then we'll move to commodities. Okay, all right, GBP JPY it is now. All right, GBP JPY. Currently, we discover that price is at a supply zone. You understand? It's close to a supply zone. Based on what we're seeing on the trend too, we discover that it's been more of price has been going down. Now it's close to a supply zone around this point. So this is what my own opinion is. If price is able to break above this particular zone successfully, then we could go for our buy. But if that is not the case, because discover the price has actually been holding up here around this point, you understand? This is the point here. So if price is able to break above this particular section correctly, gets into this zone and breaks above this zone successfully, then we can go for our buy, you understand? But if that is not the case, there could be a reversal back to this downside. And see, our zone is around this point. We have another zone at this particular session here. There's another zone here. So price could actually find it hard to break around this point. You understand? So it could be within these points, just between these 2 points. So one of the two. If price is able to break above, then we expect price to push up. But if that is not the case, there could be a reversal back to this particular end here. Okay, so that's my take on GBP, JPY. You understand? So let's move to commodities now. Let's move to commodities. So we're looking at gold. Looking at gold. Let's go to gold. Yes. Based on what we're seeing on gold now, gold has actually pushed up to a new high. It's been moving up. And currently, based on what we're seeing gold at 2,799.75. I still expect gold to push up anyway. Based on what I'm seeing, I'm still expecting gold to push up. But you see, once gold gets to a new high, one of the things we need to do is to hold on for it first. Now, around this particular session, it's actually built a zone. For a while, price had issues around this point, going above this particular section a little. See? And yes, had issues around this point. But as of now, based on what we're seeing on candle zero, we've seen that it is going above that section. So yes, if he's able to close above this section successfully, you understand, we wait for it, then it means this point will no longer be a supply zone. It's now a new zone, that's a support zone. Then we could wait for a retest that price comes back down to test and see if it's going to go up or not. Now, if it's unable to break below it, then we should expect another move to the upside. But if that is not the case, I would advise we need to be very, very careful on this. Let's wait and see what the market will do. You understand? Because based on what we're seeing yesterday, and like it was just pushing up. It's been pushing up for a while. So we need to take a chill pill on gold. Let's relax and see what it wants to actually do first before we move, because all these moves, we still got some time, some few minutes to the next let's say around 25 minutes, some 25 minutes more before price pushes back, continues the movement. So it could reverse back down, you understand? But let's wait and see what price wants to do exactly. So based on what I'm seeing on gold, it's been moving up. And look at it, even on the daily time frame. Remember, I got to a particular high, reversed back, now got to that same zone. And as of this morning again, can you see, price is trying to go above that section. So if it breaks above this section successfully, there should be a push-up. Now, for a while, it pushed up, then did a little pullback. Now to that same zone, there could be a continuation on that move. And that will be that on gold, okay? All right. Hello. Sorry, there was a little glitch in network. So I wasn't able to, but yes, now I'm back. Okay. All right. So yes, on gold, if price of gold is able to break above this zone successfully, then there could be a continuation on that push-up of gold. You understand? Okay. So let's look at the next instrument, which is oil. Or look at oils. Let's look at oils. Now you see, one of the interesting things about oil is for a while now, the price of oil has been dropping. It's been dropping for a while now. I remember on Monday, I was one that took this particular session, and I told us that it's going to respect this trend. And even if it breaks above it, there's another one above. And you see, it got there and is also respecting that particular zone now, coming back down. Another reason why I expect the price of oil to go down is because I believe most of us remember when Donald Trump, after he became the president, he also addressed the economic forum in Switzerland. And part of the things he said was they should look for a way price of oils to come down. He was also begging them, more or less like employing them to bring the price of oil down. So I'm expecting oil to come down. Mr. Gaia Matthew, please kindly remove yourself from video, please. It's going to be affecting what I'm doing here. Please kindly remove yourself from video, Mr. Gaia Matthew. Thank you. So yes, on oil, I am expecting the price to keep on moving down. I expect the price to push down continuously. I expect it to go down continuously. So I'll still pitch my things with the bears with oil. And if you look at it, it's respecting the trend. Mr. Gaia Matthew, please kindly remove yourself from this video you're showing. Is affecting the chart. Thank you. Yes. So yes, there could be a continuation on what? On this bearish movement. All right. So on oil, yes, sell. I'm expecting the price of oil to sell. That's my own take on oil. And if it should push back down, it could get to this particular trend and what? And there could be a reversal back. But yes, it could break below this particular section too. There could be a break below that section. You understand? It could push back down and break below that section. Thank you very much. That's my take on oil anyway. So let's move to another commodity instrument. Let's move to another commodity instrument. Right, and with us, please. Right, I'm still with you, please. Yes. Right, so yes, we're looking at, let's see wheat. Let's see wheat. Mr. Gaia Matthew, please kindly remove your face. It's affecting what I'm doing here. The way you're twisting the video and everything. Kindly remove it, please. All right, we're on wheat now. And if based on what we're seeing on the price of wheat, we discovered that price has actually gone up for a while. It went up for a while. Now, this is it. Let me zoom out so we'll see. Can you see? So based on what we're seeing here now, yes, price got to this particular high and it got rejected. Now it's coming back down, you understand? And yes, so this is a new zone for it around this point. There's a zone around this point where it is currently. Let's see. Around this particular point, there's a zone here. So price, I'm expecting price to push back to this downside. Now, if it gets to this side and is unable to break below it, there could be a reversal back to the upside and it breaks above that point. But pending that, let's hold on for price to get to this particular zone. And if it's unable to break below it, then we can take the next step, which is what? A push-up. We follow that path and hopefully we should make some proceeds from that, okay? That's that on wheat, you understand? But let's look at indices now. Let's look at indices and see what is actually happening on the stock market, you understand? Let's look at what is happening for indices. First thing is US 30. Let's go to US 30 and see. On US 30, yes. Let's see US 30. Okay. So, yes, US 30. Let's look at US 30. First thing first, US 30. All right. So this is US 30. So for a while, it came down. Price was coming down on US 30. And after that, we discovered that price has now reversed back to the upside. And one of the things I want us to understand is this. Let me even zoom it out so we'll see it clearly. Can you see? When price came down, this was the section, was the strong zone that pushed it back up. So yes, around this point, then where price is currently is also another strong zone where price actually started the push to the downside. Let's see. Yes, around this particular session. So look at it very well. Let me zoom out so we see it completely. Can you see? Price got to this high, came down, now got to this particular low. Now it pushed up, right? So let's see what is going to happen now, because this is a strong point. This is a strong point where price is currently. If price is able to break above this section successfully and a retest should happen and is unable to break below it, like back into this zone, there should be a continuation on the move. Let's not forget that there's another zone around this point. Yes, you understand, because price has actually respected this zone for a while. So if price is not able to break above this point, there could be a push back down to this point. You understand? But if price should reverse back and is able to break above it, then there could be a continuation on that move to the high side. And most of the time, we all know when it comes to stocks and indices, we expect price to have a continuation on the push up. You understand? We expect on indices mainly, it's more of a bullish movement. But yes, even though it's more of a bullish movement, there are times that price will still reverse back down. It reverses back down. So yes, based on what I'm expecting here, I'm expecting price to push up to this point. If it's, as far as it respects this zone, I'm expecting it to come back down. But if that is not the case, it could break above it. You understand? So that's that on US 30. You understand? On US 30, I'm expecting price to hit that point and it could break above it, then continuation to the upside. But if that is not the case, it could reverse back down. You discover that price is actually finding it hard to break above that section because price is a little bit steep around that point. Okay? Okay, so let's move to US 100. US 100. Let's move to US 100. US 100. Let's see what price is going to do on US 100. Okay, US 100. I'm on US 100. All right, so on US 100, let's look at where price is currently. You discover that around this point, there's a gap. There's a gap. Yes, there's a gap. Even around that same point, the last time price gapped, you see, it was around that same point sometimes ago. This should be around when? This was around, yes, 22nd of this month. Now, around this point again, which is 27, the market also gapped. That's like 5 days later, like a week, you understand? It took it a week movement to do all this. So, based on what I'm seeing here, price is trying to fill back this particular zone. So based on what I'm seeing, if price is able to fill back this place in this particular zone, you could have it get up to this particular high. Yes, we could have price getting back to this particular high here. Price could get to this particular high based on what I'm saying. That's if it's able to fill this particular space that it has created here. It could get up to this particular high here before any reversal or continuation movement. But let's hold on and see. If price is able to cover this particular gap here, then I expect price to get to this particular zone. But we all know today is a Friday and mainly market closes on Friday. So we need to be very, very careful in our trades. We should have, well, risk management. We should be able to manage our risks and know when to enter this trade. Just like I said, if price does not meet your requirement, if the market does not meet your requirement, you do what? You wait until it meets your requirement. Now, if it's unable to cover it, yes, because this particular section is also a zone on its own, there could be a reversal back to the downside, you understand? So let's wait and see what is going to happen first. Let's wait and see what is going to happen first, you understand? Price is able to break above, based on what we're saying, it's been pushing up, there's been more of an upward movement. So yes, it could break above this particular point and still get to this particular zone first. And if it's able to break above that zone, then the continuation. But if the reverse is the case, it could drop back down. So that's that on US 100. Let's see US 500. US 500. All right. If we look at US 500, yes, US 500 has even is almost covering the gap, the gap that was created some times ago. Can you see? Reverse came down, now it has pushed up and is almost covering it. In fact, it has, I'll say it has covered it completely or so. No, still remaining a little. Yeah, still remaining a little to cover it. Now, the thing is, I'm expecting price, it could get up to this particular section here, or even above it, could go above it and close above it. But yes, my take for you, based on what we're seeing on US 500, it's been pushing up. So I'm expecting price to still get to this particular high and break above it. Yes. So I'm expecting a bullish movement. I'm pitching my tent with the bulls. US 100 bulls, US 500 bulls. For US 32, yes, I'll pitch my tent with the bulls, but we need to be very, very careful based on where price is currently. Let's hold on. Let's see what price wants to do first before we follow. That's that on US 500. Now, US 2000. US 2000. Now, once I'm done with these, then we'll have the opportunity to ask our questions, drop our instrument that I want us to look at and see what exactly, well, just ask your questions, drop your questions. You have something to say to me, you can just drop it on the chat sections. I've noticed that some of us are already raising up our hands. So if you're raising your hands, please kindly go to the chat section, drop it as a chat for me. Once I'm done with US 2000, I'll read it, then I'll respond to it. If you have us, if you need me to look at a particular instrument for you, please just drop it on the chat box. I'll also look at it, then I'll respond to it. Thank you. All right. So US 2000, US 2000. Now, currently on US 2000, okay, let me zoom out so we'll see some things. We'll discover that price has moved just between these two zones. This is one. And this is another one. Price actually has been within these 2 points. So if price is going to push up, I'm expecting it to push up to where this particular zone is. And yes, if it respects this zone, I'm expecting it to drop back to this particular end here. But if that is not the case, if it's able to break above it, then we know what that means. Continuation. You understand? So, but for me, I'm still looking at it. Price is going to get to this upside, this top side. But this is a zone here. Nobody knows if it's going to break it or not. So once price gets close to that point, we're to do what? We're to wait. You understand? We are to wait. But I still expect price to push up. That's my take on US 2000. I'm expecting price to push up for a while. But yes, I know for some of us might look at it like, why did price drop on indices for so well some few days ago and many? Yes, part of it was due to what? The AI. Like NVIDIA now lost a lot of strength due to the fact that most of their investors pulled out their money and pushed their money more to China due to their AI. DeepSeek, you understand? This was a massive drop for NVIDIA. It affected their market, and that was why stocks dropped. But I'm still expecting them to regain back their strength after a while. Yes, I'm expecting them to regain the strength back. So US 2000, I'm still expecting the market price to push up. You understand? I'm still expecting the price of US 2000 to push up. So that's that on that. So I'm giving us the opportunity now. You have any questions, please kindly drop it on the chat box for me. So I see you have us if you need me to check any instruments for us, please kindly drop it into the chat box for me. I'll see it. We have some 6 minutes and some seconds to go. So yes, I'm waiting for us. Please kindly drop your message on the chat. Kindly drop it on the chat box for me. Okay, I'm seeing one now. Bonnie is saying we should look at gold. Okay, so I'll go to gold. I'll go to gold now. Yes, let's go back to gold and see. Okay, so like I said, gold is at a new high now. The last time gold got to close to that high or to that particular position, it reversed back. It came down, and now it's at that point again. And you see that price is now a little bit stiffy. So our advice was to wait. This is even on my daily time frame, but let's put it on my 1 hour time frame. Can you see? Price is actually having issues. In fact, let me make it a little bit clear for us. Okay, so I'll put it around that point, or I could put it around this point. You see, price is having issues around that point. So please, let's hold on first. Don't go and enter instant buy. It's a new high. Don't enter an instant buy. You enter an instant buy, you might have issues around that point. You understand? So let's hold on and see what gold is going to do, because around this point, price could actually what? Drop. And because we don't know what it's going to do, so let's wait. Remember, I told us waiting is a strategy. Waiting is what? Is a strategy. So let's wait and see what price wants to do on gold first. Now, the next thing it does will now determine whether we're going to go for the buy or sell. That's that on gold. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Donny is saying, good morning, sir. DE40, sir. Okay. Let's look at DE40. Let's look at DE40. Let's look at DE40. With us, DE40. DE40 is of German stocks. And if you look at it, price has actually been, it's been pushing up. Yes, it's been pushing up. Can you see from this point, pushed up? In fact, at first, let me draw this up, okay? At first, price got to this point, got rejected back, came down to this particular session here. Now, from that point, it reversed back, broke that zone here. Now it's up. And when it got to this particular part, it got rejected. Now, again, at that same point, can you see price is having issues around that point? So let's say around this point now, yes, that's a tight point for it. If price is able to break above, because this is a new high, you need to wait. If price is able to break above this part, it could continue that movement. Let me see what it's doing on daily time frame. Can you see on daily time frame, it's on a new high. It's on a new high. And because it's at a new high now, we need to what? We need to be very, very careful not to make mistake. For a while now, it's been pushing up. This is on daily time frame. It's been a while, so long. It's getting there. I think this is the first time it's getting there in how many years? So please, let's hold on and see what price wants to do. If it's able to break above this zone successfully, then we can go for it. But if it doesn't, you know, it could reverse back. Because it's a new high, we need to what? Wait. Waiting is the key when it comes to technicals. We need to wait. So let's be patient. Let's see 4 hours time frame, okay? Even on 4 hours time frame, it's having issues around that same point. So it could reverse back around that same point. You understand? Now, got to that high, reversed back. This is on 4 hours time frame. Now it has reversed back up to retest that particular zone. So as far as it's unable to break that zone, there could be a pushback to the downside. But that may not be the case. Nobody knows what is going to happen in the next few minutes. It could break it. So please, let's wait and see what price wants to do. That's my take on DE40. Thanks. All right, Doyin, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, I can see the hand. I also appreciate that. All right, so yes, we have some 2 minutes more and 2 minutes and some seconds. Do we have anybody that wants me to look at any instrument? Any instrument? I'll give room for one more. I'm just waiting for that one. One more, please. Anybody, drop it. The next, okay, I can see 2 participants. So please drop it on the chat box for me to see. Okay, Angel is saying USD NGN. Unfortunately, you can't trade on USD NGN. You understand? You can't trade on USD NGN because the Nigerian currency is, the USD NGN is not active. You can't place a trade on it. So let's leave that alone, please. Let's look at the active instrument that we can trade on. Yes. It's not active in the international market, like for us to trade on. It's not active, so there's no need of we looking at it. Thank you. You have any other instrument for us to look at? Yes, we can look at that. Okay, OCO. All right, Euro GBP. That'll be the last instrument. Euro GBP, last instrument. That's the last instrument I'm looking at today, Euro GBP. Right, Euro GBP. I'm on it. Nice. So for a while now, on Euro GBP, price has been going down, down, down. Then it has gotten to this particular demand zone and it's been having issues there. It's been unable to go below it. So yes, because price is unable to break below this particular part now, can you see? There could be a reversal back to the upside, but nobody knows what is going to happen. You understand? So this is what I would advise. Wait for this man. If this price is able to break below this particular session, see, is able to break below this particular session successfully. If it goes below it and closes below it, then, and let's say a retest should happen and it still have any issues breaking back, it could continue the downward movement. That's the pull to the downside. But if that is not the case, if it's unable to break below this part, there could be a reversal back to the upside. So let's wait and see what it's going to do first. Let's see. Let's see what it's going to do in the next few minutes or an hour and see if it's able to break below it successfully. And after the retest is still below this particular zone here, then we know that it's going to push back to the downside. But if that is not the case, there could be a reversal back to the upside. So that's that on Euro GBP. So I'm using this opportunity to say thank you to everyone that joined. I can see Abraham Paul, Adimola, Olaitan Idowu, Additional Moshood, Adewumi, I can see Adeyemi, Olalekan, Afolabi Olubumi. I can see Akpo Favor. I can see Ajoy Emmanuel. I can see Aremu Okpeyemi, AY, Bluefield FS, Bello Sidat. I might not be able to mention your name. Everybody, I'm saying thank you for joining. So, and please let's not forget the fact that the market is closing by 8 today. Mainly, the market closes by 10 p.m., mainly on currencies, but by 8 for some indices and commodity instruments. So please and please, let's know how we're going to manage ourselves in this market. Thank you very much. Do have a lovely weekend. Bye for now.